Welcome to America, people. Welcome to my new home in the woods. I just got my house set up. I have two jobs. And in those two jobs, I currently make more than my ex-husband and I made in the first 10 years of our marriage combined. And yet, I can't find a place to live. There's multiple issues at play here. I was living in a seasonal place that I had to move out of this week because it's like a summer cottage hotel place, and she needs to make money. And that place was $1,800 a month, and I still had to pay to put my stuff in storage. What does a girl do? I'm not going to quit my job right now, or jobs. No way. So I already had camping equipment from during the pandemic. Figured, why don't I attempt to romanticize this shit out of my life and make my home outside for the summer? Because otherwise I'm just going to cry. And I got pretty twinkle lights, so it shouldn't be too terrible. The issues are there's zero inventory, too many Airbnbs, sitting empty no less, people in big houses and only one person living there, people owning multiple houses and not living in any of them, the fact that I'm 52 and single and people don't want to rent even a one bedroom to a single person. And can I blame them? As much as it sucks, what if I lose my job? The world's losing their jobs. At least if they rent to two people, there's a chance they'll get their rent. So even if I can afford to pay to live somewhere, I can't find a place. This isn't ideal when you're working two jobs, and it's not super close to work, but it's fine. There's no traffic.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's really tough in America right now. From buying a house to renting a house, it used to be one of the end goals of all Americans is to buy that picket white fence house, have kids, a dog, and a soccer van. And now that's not the case, but I want to dive in here and find out where I can help people out, what I can say to help people out, or what I would do in their situation, you guys. It's this one's going to be quite interesting to learn how people are making so much money, but yet they're living in a tent. That really blows my mind. You guys, make sure you leave a like down below, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. I'm really trying to hit 5,000 subscribers. So if you can hit that subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. All right, let's dive right in.
A lot of people wonder what it's like living in a canvas tent. So let me show you. We cook just like regular people, just in a little toaster oven or microwave or skillet or a crock pot. We have electricity just like everybody else too, but we use jackeries instead of a power company. We have heat in the winter, we have fans and AC in the summer. And I bet you're wondering about a bathroom. Yes, we have a bathroom, outside composting toilet, and outdoor shower. It is absolutely amazing. We get our water hauled in for super cheap, 2 cents a gallon. We even built this fence right here to block the wind against our canvas tent. We do pretty much the same things everybody else does, just a little bit different.
We're a family of 8 living in a tent in a 24-foot camper by choice. You ever been so broke that you started budgeting out toilet paper squares? Gave up the house, gave up the bills, gave up the fake idea of stability that was really just a paycheck to paycheck and panic attack. We work 70 hours a week to live a life that we can't even enjoy. So now we're doing it different.
Hi, just wanted to give you another update.
Well, guys, I don't know. I don't think doing things differently or living in a tent is like, I mean, it is some people's only option, but sometimes you have to. Unfortunately, when you have that many mouths to feed, you have to work 10 times harder, or let's just say 8 times harder than the average person, the average couple that has 1 child, 2 kids. If you have 8 children, you have to work 8 times harder. And that does entail working more than 70 hours a week. If that's between the two of you, you should be working 80 hours a week, 2 different jobs between the two of you. And if that's not enough, you have to work more. That's just how it is when you made the choice to have that many children. That's just how it is. Living in a tent is not going to be the best thing for the future, but it may suffice right now. It may work out right now. But my suggestion is you guys definitely need to find a cheaper place to stay. It doesn't matter if it's a 1-bedroom and you guys all pile it up in the living room. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But I would recommend to definitely find a place to rent and pay. That's just how it works, guys. It's just how it works.
I'm here at my campsite right here. I did find me a heater, which it's right here for my tent. Now I got to figure out how to get some propane for it, but at least it's a step in the right direction. So far, all the resources have helped me find houses. Still, there's nothing out there. I'm just amazed at how many people are living in tent, and it just saddens me, you know, to see, especially there's a veteran that's staying out in a tent on the other end of town, and he can barely walk, and so it's not just me, I know that. But I just wanted to give an update. I'm really tired, wore out. My health isn't the greatest, and well, that's it for right now.
Yep. First night in a tiny home. I think it's gonna be a good night. Got my little bed set up. I didn't finish the loft yet. Loft not done. Can't see that, but loft isn't done, so got my little makeshift bed right here. We're going with that for the night. I feel pretty good about it. I think I'm gonna sleep pretty good. I think it's gonna be a good night. Got let me see what else I got going. Got my little AC right here. I can use that. Got my little AC right here. All you do is put your couple little ice cubes in there. Boom. Fill that up with a couple of ice cubes in case it get too hot tonight. Boom. Man, that blows some cold air. Woo! Hands cold, just holding it right there. So I'm ready for that. Boom, just in case. Got my Netflix going.
Putting another tarp over this because it was really cold last night. So
I must say, having a tiny house is kind of worth it. Looks like he's actually building a lot of his amenities in his tiny house. And if I was in their situation, that would probably be one of the things I would be going after is a tiny house, a double wide trailer. You may not live in the best areas or the best situation, but anything beats a tent, guys. I don't think you understand the elements outside when you're living in a tent. There's rain, which can lead to flooding inside your tent. It's summertime now, so the summer, the heat, you have no AC. In the winter, it's really, really cold, depending on where you live. A tent is just not going to be it. You have to find something better than a tent. That's just not going to be it, guys. You have to work extremely hard. Everyone works hard that has somewhere to stay. And yes, you can say there's no places, there's nowhere, no one will accept me. No, there's something else in this fine line why they're not accepting you. If that's the quote unquote answer you're going to give is no one accepts me, then why not? Is it money? Because most of the time they just give you a black and white dollar amount of how much it costs to get in. Now we can dive deeper and find out, is it credit score because you're irresponsible? That could be a reason why they're not accepting you. Is it criminal background history? Felon? That could be another reason why. But all of that stuff is a choice type of thing. It was your choice to be a criminal. It was your choice not to pay those bills on time and things, credit cards and things like that. Everything has a ripple effect, guys. But if you're a clean slate person, you have a 780 credit score and you have money, a job 9 to 5, you have money for a down payment on a home or a, deposit or whatever it's going to be, an apartment, there shouldn't be an issue. There's nothing else that stops you from getting the place if you have all your eggs in line, but you're hiding something. There's something else. That's the key thing. There's always something else.
we need some more cover from the wind. Just got this here. We're finding the corners. We're gonna put it around this. Got this rope here attached to this tree because this pillar wasn't in there. We see the multiple holes. There might be like a rock in there or something.
How's it looking over there?
Good.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll be honest, you know, rent prices are extremely high. The price of food is extremely high. Home buying prices can be high in some places. I understand all of that. I understand. I mean, I'm living in America too, you guys. I just bought a house. Yeah. I didn't get overpriced for the house that I got. It took me years and years to buy a house. Yeah. I had plans of buying a house back in 2020, 2019. And, you know, when everything was good, the bubble, the housing bubble, you know, the houses were cheap. And I'm glad I didn't buy back then. But the sad reality is there's a lot of Americans that are struggling. I understand. The price of childcare skyrocketing. Guys, I pulled my youngest daughter out of childcare because of the price of childcare, and she now stays home with me every day. She'll be starting school actually this month, which is kind of nice. She'll be starting school, and I'll be all the birds left the nest for school now. But guys, with all that being said, I can get on Zillow or I can find whatever rental, you know, company that can find me a place to live within my budget. I can do it. So it's not a matter of why everything is rising so high. It's a matter of why aren't you looking hard enough? Because there is places to rent. There's places to live that are cheap. It, like I said, it may not be where you want to be right now. It may be in not the best apartment complex. It may be in not the best neighborhood. But guys, you have to do what you have to do. It's 2025, you guys. You have to do what you have to do. And most minimum wage jobs, yes, it will be tight. Yes, it will be very frugal. Yes, you may have to use the food bank or, you know, you might be on food assistance programs. But there is a place for you to live. You just have to have all your eggs lined up. You cannot have felonies racked up because of bad decisions. You cannot have terrible credit because of bad decisions. You cannot have no job because of bad decisions. You know, there's a lot of things that play a role in why people aren't getting a place to live. But I'm gonna stand on my heel and say if there's a will, there's a way. If there's a will, there's a way, guys. If you really want a place to live, you will find one. It's that simple. I don't care if you have to get on Craigslist and look for a room to rent. I don't care if you have to get on Facebook Marketplace and look for someone who's renting out a room. These are options for you to live and survive. That's what people have to do. But I refuse to settle and live in a tent. That's just me. Other people may think differently, and I don't judge anyone who is living in a tent or anything like that. I don't judge them at all. They have to do what they have to do, and I understand that. I understand. But me personally, I could not do that. I couldn't. I have a family. I have mouths to feed. I would work backbreaking labor to ensure that I can bring in enough money to take care of my family. I don't care if I have to sleep in my car to wake up and go to another job and not see my family until the weekend, till my days off. I will do what I have to do as a man, provider, and leader. I will do what I have to do, no matter what. No matter the stakes. I will scoop dog shit. I will cut grass. I will wash cars. Flip burgers. I'll do what I have to do, guys. Pick up carts out of Walmart parking lots. I would do what I have to do. You guys, let me know your thoughts down below. I really want to know your thoughts. Also, before we go, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and share. Till next time, folks, I'll see you in the next one.